Hi everybody, it's Luke here from LT Gaming, and today I'm doing a quick review of Star Dynasties. I haven't done one of these in a while, so I wanted to get this game on show and basically highlight what it's all about. So Star Dynasties is a complex strategy game delivered with a simple graphical style. The game is set in a DUNE-like dystopian universe where the once great houses of the galaxy have fallen into a new dark age. This setting very much reminded me of DUNE, as it is full of intrigue and competing houses within empires. Since the collapse of the universe, much technology has been lost and the survivors have formed into rival houses for survival. This takes the form of a feudalistic society focused on an aristocratic elite. This is essentially the family you control in the game. As the leader of a faction of star systems, you must also seek to ensure the survival and prosperity of your dynasty. There are quite a few customizable elements in the beginning of the game. You can name your dynasty, set different portraits, and also characteristics that affect the gameplay. I really found that the setup was cool and I was able to customize my society as to how I wanted it to go forward, and then my house name would continue as the generations went on. So basically it is here where the player takes over the leadership of one of these great houses. You can start the game as a simple vassal and eventually move up the ranks to run your own empire spanning numerous vassals and planets. To achieve this in the game is extremely satisfying as you plot various strategies to take over nearby systems. You can spread dissent, marry off a family member, learn secrets, or fabricate a claim to a system. Of course, you can always go the military route, but the game has a strong honour system which tracks your character's actions. As a result, you need to be very careful when deciding to take aggressive actions or making decisions that bring your honour into disrepute. Act honourably and you can seduce the court of public opinion. Every character has a relationship rating with all other characters, and this is affected by the actions that you take. So if we're talking about the presentation of the game, I would say it's a game for people with imagination as the presentation is quite simplistic. I would criticise the menu system as it can be very confusing and requires far too many clicks to navigate the UI. After some game time though, you do adjust. Moving on to sound. When it comes to sounds, there's not a huge amount to discuss, as the game has only a few simple sound effects that correlate with the actions that you take. However, I did find the soundtrack to be particularly strong and was a pleasant companion throughout my 40 hours with the game. The graphics, well, in the graphics department the game is very basic and presents a player with lots of information in quite a colourful manner. The portraits are quite good and I can recognise different members of my house fairly easily. This is not really a game I would judge too strongly on graphics, as it is functional and didn't detract from the game's strength, which is its gameplay. So let's talk a little bit more about the gameplay and sum it up. As you progress, you make your own adventure, and the emergent gameplay aspects of Star Dynasties comes to the forefront. You feel the attachment to your house and the way that your family interacts with characters from other backgrounds. As your empire expands, you take on more tasks and increase your vassal limit while ensuring your characters are trained to the best of their abilities. My only criticism is that as you get larger you feel a loss of control and many aspects start to become abstracted. For instance, events will randomly destroy your careful planning. Often I've also sat back and watched as the AI handed systems to me through no skill of my own. However, overall the gameplay is an absolute joy and was very satisfying when my well laid plans came to fruition. So I'm going to go a little bit off script here, but I want to conclude who this game is for and who it's not for. So if you have a good imagination and you like to sit back, take your time, alt tab in and out of the game, take a few turns, have a think about what you're doing and then play, I think you could get a lot of enjoyment out of this game. I spent hours, I think 40 hours now, planning my adventure in this game. I did a lot of things by pure chance that came off, but overall, once you get past the UI, there's a really enjoyable experience here, and I think that people who are fans of strategy or even say Crusader Kings type politics, but in space, will really enjoy this game. It's not for people who want amazing graphics and awesome sound effects or, any amount of action, because this game just doesn't have it. So I think you will find your enjoyment elsewhere. Hopefully you enjoyed this review and you decide to give Star Dynasties a chance, as I think it's a really good game and it has received some updates since release, and that you decide to give the game a go. So I've been Luke from LT Gaming. Like, subscribe and comment so we can push the videos on the channel. And as always, I'll see you on the next one.